Sam Bankman Fried was the boy wonder-face of crypto, a 30-year-old who founded one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, a celebrated philanthropist worth an estimated $16 billion, and a major Democratic donor who quickly found favor in Washington. On November 11, 2022, he was at the center of an epic flameout that left his empire and his image as an uncannily sharp, altruistic billionaire in ruins. He was a billionaire who had quickly amassed political and philanthropic influence, but all went to zero. So, what happened? If you want to know, then stay with us till the end to see how Sam Bankman Fried went from billionaire crypto king to broke fraud. The story of Bankman Fried will be remembered as one of the most mind-boggling blunders in the history of crypto-related catastrophes. After his cryptocurrency exchange, FTX was brought down by the domino effect caused by millions of clients wanting to withdraw their money. He decided to leave his position at the firm and ultimately declared bankruptcy. The clients weren't wrong in doing so. Bankman Fried may have fraudulently misappropriated around $10 billion in cash from FTX clients to use them for his trading business, Alameda Research, the future of which is also uncertain. It didn't tumble because of poor luck, but rather what now looks to be unsustainable levels of deception. The breakdown of FTX is not a typical narrative of the volatility of cryptocurrencies or the risk-taking of investors. On the surface, it looked like FTX was doing well. During the previous year, it had made several high-profile acquisitions and bailed out other cryptocurrency firms that were failing. But it was doing something bad in the back, and FTX was teeming with financial obligations. According to reports, at least $1 billion worth of cash belonging to customers disappeared. Because of the startling disparity between appearance and reality, Bankman Fried has seen a more precipitous fall from grace in terms of its reputation than any other company in recent history. The Department of Justice and the Securities and Exchange Commission are still investigating FTX. As a result, his friends and admirers in cryptocurrency, philanthropic, and political circles have swiftly begun distancing themselves from the man who is widely referred to as the King of Cryptocurrency. How did the king of cryptocurrency spend his billions when he had it? In the last year, Bankman Fried had risen to buzzy prominence as a paragon of how the ultra-rich who had unlimited fortune may use it for good. This was because Bankman Fried had become a model for how the ultra-rich should use their wealth. He has been the subject of several stories, and he was featured on the cover of the September edition of Fortune magazine. The media presented him as an unpretentious and geeky genius. They constantly made note of his down-to-earth nature, his unruly mop of hair, his predilection for wearing t-shirts and shorts, and his Toyota Corolla. Investors were intrigued by the idea that he wasn't a buttoned-up entrepreneur. He played computer games during pitch meetings, and similar to other modern-day entrepreneurs, his idiosyncrasies were viewed as evidence of his particular brilliance. Bankman Fried gave the impression of being a billionaire who was uninspired by the glamour and pomp associated with the traditional lifestyle of a billionaire. According to the FTX Foundation, which serves as a charitable arm of Bankman Fried, the company has contributed more than $190 million to date. Even if you were willing to spend more than $1 million a year on yourself, it would be difficult to do it in an efficient manner. On the other hand, Bankman Fried seemed to have it figured out. It is in part because he had developed a data and evidence-based strategy for how he intended to give away his riches that his fall from grace is so surprising. Who is Bankman Fried, if not a major contributor to political campaigns? If he is neither a philanthropist nor a millionaire, then what exactly is he? Who did he pretend to be all along? Those questions still bring about confusion in our minds. So how did he earn his money, and how did he spend it? Bankman Fried went to Wall Street because he wanted to make as much money as possible. That isn't that noteworthy, is it? What made him stand out was the efficiency with which he converted those plans into a reality, as well as the speed with which he did it. He was the son of two professors at Stanford, and he majored in physics at MIT. However, after being influenced by the effective altruistic leader and Oxford philosopher Will MacAskill, he decided to work for a trading firm where he could earn a lot more money a lot quicker, ostensibly to ultimately give it away almost as quickly as he could earn it. The goal of the movement known as effective altruism is to establish, through the application of facts and reason, the most productive methods to improve the world. When it comes to philanthropy, successful altruists often direct their attention to concerns that they believe to be significant, solvable, and under-reserved. And that is, regions in which even a little amount of financing may have a disproportionately large influence. Some successful altruists subscribe to the philosophy of earning to give, which entails choosing a well-paying career path over a less profitable one so that more money may be donated to charitable causes. During an interview with Recode from the previous year, Bankman Fried said, "The purpose justifies the methods that we use to get there. If you do the arithmetic and find that working as an investment banker pays much more than working for a charitable organization, then you should pursue the former option." In recent days, prominent voices in the world of effective altruism like McCaskill and Facebook co-founder Dustin Moskovitz, who is also a major funder of the effective altruism-aligned non-profit Open Philanthropy, have both disavowed that kind of utilitarian calculus. And what the fall of crypto billionaire says about the scrutiny of the ultra-rich? That shame belongs to a tiny and embarrassing group involving the likes of Elizabeth Holmes, Bernie Madoff, and Archegos founder and investor Bill Hwang. And it is more unusual for the fortune of a well-known philanthropist and political megadonor to suddenly collapse like a house of cards. Given just how wide-ranging Bankman Fried's influence is, his downfall has caused turmoil in several circles. The majority of the FTX clients were individual traders, and some of them are understandably worried that they might have blown out their whole life savings. The decline of FTX has had an impact on the general stability of the cryptocurrency market, and as a result, the price of Bitcoin, the digital currency with the highest market value, has dropped significantly. The FTX Future Fund would not be able to fulfill all of the pledges it made to grantees, and the financial collapse of Bankman Fried might generate further shockwaves in the world of philanthropy. Open Philanthropy, a non-profit organization dedicated to effective altruism, has already admitted that the closure of the FTX Foundation will have an impact on the grant-making strategy it employs. Bankman Fried had planned to donate 99% of his fortune to charitable causes, but all of those donations have been cancelled out immediately. If the claim that FTX used $10 billion in customers' finances to support Alameda Research is accurate, then the option that Bankman Fried may be arrested and sentenced to prison is a very serious possibility. The severity of Bankman's crime is worse than that of Holmes, who was responsible for defrauding investors, or Madoff, the financier who was the genius of the largest Ponzi scheme in the history of the world. Because there are individual investors involved, this predicament has the potential to become far more serious. It is going to be against the law, regardless of where you are, to steal things that do not belong to you. Bankman Fried and his firms have their headquarters in the Bahamas, which puts them outside the regulatory reach of the United States. Billionaires' influence is evident in how many people in different industries are affected by one person's financial ruin. It also shows why that influence needs serious and careful examination. How much credence can we give to a sales pitch? Bankman Fried has defended the crypto industry, and specifically his exchange, against the perception that it was rife with scams or danger. When people began to worry about FTX, Bankman Fried may have been less than honest. Bankman Fried tweeted that everything was all right on November 7th, before it was clear how severe FTX's financial problem was. In a Twitter DM interview with Future Perfect reporter Kelty Piper following the implosion of FTX, Bankman Fried revealed a cynical view of ethics that seemed to contradict the most nuanced views of right and wrong he'd discussed in the press before. By his accounting, a person's virtue is largely perception, as much about whether someone is seen as a winner or a loser, as it is about actually acting virtuously. Everyone goes around pretending that perception reflects reality, at times shocking exchange. It doesn't. Some of this decade's greatest heroes will never be known, and some of its most beloved people are shams. And there you have it. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and we thank you for staying with us until the end. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all new and upcoming videos. We have new ones every week. Until then, we'll see you at the next one.